Huh? What are you doing in my swamp?
Hello everybody, this is Ogre Boy, and I'm going to be doing my review for the 1993 movie A Far Off Place. So this movie follows three teenagers who must cross the Kalahari Desert to safety when their parents are murdered by a poacher. This movie is pretty good. I enjoyed this movie quite a bit, although it is kind of a downer and kind of a depressing movie too, because of the subject matter and stuff. And it opens up with a really brutal massacre of a bunch of elephants by these poachers and stuff. Really hard scene to watch if you love elephants like I do and everything. But no animals were hurt in the filming of this movie. They actually have that at the beginning of the movie. I guess a lot of people complained about the violence in this movie towards humans and animals in here, because somehow this movie got a PG rating when it should have at least been PG-13. But this movie's pretty good. It has a pretty good cast. You got young Reese Witherspoon and Ethan Embry in some of their early roles. It's one of Reese Witherspoon's first movies and everything. And Ethan Embry, I think, had been around for a little bit, but not as much either. In fact, he went by Ethan Randall in the credits of this movie, and everything. But they're both really good in their roles. And Srel Bach, who plays Zabo, is good too. He's a bushman, and he's a really likable character that's going on their journey with them and stuff. And like, there's one part where he's telling them some stories and stuff, and he like starts laughing at some of the stuff that some of the Ethan Embry's character is coming up with and everything. And it's just really funny and everything. It's just really fun moment and everything in a movie that's pretty dark and somber, and everything. And that's one of the reasons why I don't watch this one near as much or rewatch it very often, because it is a pretty dark and somber movie, and at times quite sad, but it is really entertaining. And Reese Witherspoon is just really great in this movie. She's my main draw to this movie and everything. She's my favorite actress, but and this movie is one of the reasons why she's just so great in here. And this was only her third movie, and she just really did a good job in it. And this movie is beautiful too. Like, it has really beautiful cinematography and everything. The cinematography in this movie is great, and the score is really good too. It fits the tone of the movie really well. The score is done by James Horner, so of course it's great. I didn't even know he did it until I just looked real quick to see who did it. And he did a really great job with this score, but he's James Horner. He did a great job with everything that he did. He's one of my favorite composers for sure, especially of the 90s and everything. But and this movie was produced by Amblin Entertainment and everything too, so you can kind of see why they probably did get away with so much violence and stuff. If Spielberg was involved, he probably was able to talk them down to a PG rating. But I don't know how this one didn't at least get a PG-13 rating, because it has some pretty brutal violence and stuff. And like, there's a big massacre at the beginning of the movie. Right after you see the elephants massacre, there's a big massacre with them killing all the humans and everything, and setting up the story for why these kids have to cross the desert and everything. And it's just crazy, insane, dark stuff that I'm surprised Disney allowed them to do. Something that Disney would have never ever even thought about considering to green light nowadays. But this movie is, like I said, it's pretty good. So I'd say I'd give A Far Off Place a 7.5 out of 10. Like I said, it is a somber movie, and it does kind of have some slow moments in here. Like the second act is kind of slow, and the third act kind of feels rushed. So it's not like a perfect movie, but it's a pretty decent little action thriller and everything that shouldn't have been marketed towards family. So like I said, this one should have at least been PG-13, because it definitely is not not as family friendly as you would expect it to be. But for what it is, it's a lot of fun, and it's worth checking out if you're into Reese Witherspoon and everything. If you're a fan of her and you want to see all of her movies and hadn't heard of this one or seen some of her older ones, this one's worth at least watching once to see it for her. But anyway, let me know in the comments what you think of A Far Off Place if you've seen it. I don't know anybody who has even heard of this movie, so if you have seen it, let me know what you think of it, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and have a good day, everybody.